Welcome back, followers of Davkul. We're on the search for some green sacrifices. Offer up to our Dark Lord. Can't find the buggers though. Just keep heading north. We've got 8 more days, 4 more days. Damn it, again, I forgot to go to freaking occupied ruins. A hedge knight. Some marksmen, lots of raiders. That's a gigantic risk, and it's a fight in a wood. If my archers were more skilled and I can outshoot their archers, then I would certainly do that. The hedge knight there is a serious temptation because he's carrying serious armor. And I'm pretty confident we could win that, but we would pay a devastating price for it most likely. And I say we could win that. We would win it by no means. By no certain means. Here we go. 1 berserker, that's too much for us. We've got to find some smaller caves. We should also check ruins around here. Quite often, foul-smelling sea of tents. That's the Orc Warlord tent. Okay, we are finally in the right part of the world, though. More hunters. I want huts or I want little caves. Nazatuks. Great underground, my word. Can you imagine that? A plethora of skirmishers, an overseer, a shaman. And in that rocky terrain as well. That would be a nightmare to fight against them. Maybe if you had 4 complete badass ranged fighters, you could do it. I'm just trying to imagine the misery it would entail of trying to close the distance against those goblins when they have height advantage, and a whole bunch of ambushes poisoning you, and a shaman locking you in place, and an overseer shooting at you with a tier 2 crossbow. And then you try to close in on them, but then their little skirmishers throw nets. It's, oh, it is the worst. This expedition is becoming costly. We've found nothing. I want to see where these guys came from. There we go. Many berserkers. Is it going to be worth spear walling? Yes, I should think it would be. Then swapping out to our other weapons. A bunch of berserkers is actually scary, but we've got ranged fighters. They're not they're not great at all, though. Well, whatever ranged damage we do is essentially a bonus. The damage we do before they hit our front lines, I mean. Are these guys close enough to actually help? No, they're not. Good. Can you imagine if in a situation like this, if after a few turns you haven't killed these berserkers, then the other ones nearby actually arrive as reinforcements. Here's the good news. I can poison a bunch of these guys. And they're easy to hit. That was underwhelming damage, I gotta say. Let's alternate with a spear wall. I don't think we need to we don't need to go full spear wall. Save some fatigue. fine. Just keep dancing around us. My archer has more time to riddle you full of holes. I do need to get a few kills now this turn. And these unarmored ones need to get poisoned. Damien's got to shoot that one and that one, ideally. Them is armored. Almost none of them. 80%, 80%. These two are poisoned. Good. %60 shots missing. Disappointing. Logan, you are the worst. You know that. The Jag can rest for a turn, and then Dolmar is going to put his spear down. Unfortunately, Pumulus and Poliska need to maintain spear wall. Haddon, you can rest this turn. So spear, spear. That's a problem. Okay, we need to step into these guys now and finish them off. Excellent. Fleeing. More malice, 82%. 80%. I'm going to shoot here because the southern flank is the problem. Turn done. Acts in 2 turns. On the next turn, we'll step in here and start finishing them off. God damn it, Damien, 270%. Pumulus will take on that one. Haddon. Come on, get a bit closer. 64. Yes, Logan, finally! These 70% misses are absolutely freaking me out. Rip shield. Ouchie. Oh! Jesus. That's a berserker for you. Fuck me! I had 50% chance to hit, even against a heater shield, while he's breaking. Wow. It. Airy. Very important shot for us. Well done, Malice. Oh, for fuck's sake, Damien. It's like the 4th damn near 80% shot that he's missed. Getting on my tits, seriously. And Gothy. I kind of need Paulusco to survive here. Ouchie. Can he be knocked away? I don't think he can. I mean, I'm better off stabbing him because if I try to bash him away, even if I move him there, then This berserker just moves in here and swings in a big circle. The Paulisco and Dolmar are in deep trouble. Rip. Killed Paulisco. Motherfucker. The last 2 in a row have been straight kills as opposed to knockdowns, which has been a bit unlucky. The Jag, you are completely fucked. You can't help fight. There we go, Damien. Finally. Shooting. 10 more damage. Ouchie. God, this was a lot harder than I expected. Oh, my doggy bled to death. Rip Paulisco and rip that set of armor. Not worth. Not in the slightest bit worth. Fuck's sakes. Okay, so Durin needs to start getting some levels on him. I think you could make an argument for making Durin Thalris a Berserk Chain Raider. But no, his fatigue isn't enough, and he doesn't. If he had Iron Lungs, he would have been pretty damn good. But he'll have to be a Sword Raider. Hammer, Sword, Dagger, Axe, Dagger, Hammer. Ouchie! Okay, Wolfgang, what's your next skill? It's got to be Recover. Hidden Feign, Dagger Master. Let's go for hit points. Yeah, get him to 75. Right, what next? I think Berserk. I mean, Battleforged and Underdog are super important, but, you know, he's got Shield Expert and a Heater Shield, so he should, quote-unquote, should be fine. Damn, that was a big loss. Really big loss for us. Oh, broken arm. That would have gone better if I'd had my pikemen and my shield breakers once we were in melee contact, but I mean, I felt like I had to take all the ranged fighters just to be able to soften them up, but they didn't do much softening up. There were like 2 rounds where Damien missed, like, I think 4 or 5 70 to 80% shots, which is just unlucky. I mean, it's going to happen every now and then. Although, let's not forget, we were just fighting berserkers with most of our guys in basic mail and around about the level 5 to 6 mark. 8 and 5, 8. I've at least got both my Hammer Raiders though, which is the main thing. Game is hard. Rip Paulisco. Yeah, we've got backups though. What Durin Thalris is here for. I think he'll be okay as a Sword Raider. He's going to have huge fatigue, huge melee defense, decent hit points. I mean, this star distribution, if ever you were going to make a sword duelist, it would be with this star distribution, but that doesn't really fit in with the tactics we want to go for. What we need is a Sword Raider, and he'll be fine. He'll be really hard to hit. I think for him we can actually justify going with reach advantage. I mean, eventually, once he's super high level and he's got berserk and reach advantage, and he's using his sword to cleave and swing, and his 3 stars in melee defense will make him, you know, really hard to hit. So here's my question though: is that reach advantage melee defense by 20%? But it's not range defense, so you still have a problem though of those first few turns of getting crossbow bolts shot at you. The solution is then quick hands and start with a kite shield. But if I'm going to go for quick hands, I might as well not bother with reach advantage. I mean, with the war pigs, I didn't feel like my raiders, the ones that had bags and belts and reach advantage, desperately needed reach advantage. Every second turn, they were equipping a shield anyway. I feel like if reach advantage conferred range defense as well, then maybe, but that still wouldn't get you out of the problem that it's those first few turns where you're just eating crossbow bolts to the face. That's the problem. Okay, fine, so you need quick hands then. But then you want bags and belts, because if you're going to quick hands your shield away, then that shield is sitting in your inventory, wasting your fatigue. I don't know, I'll think about it. And I want to find at least a little hut or maybe another cave. There's certainly orcs about, that's for sure. Just big bases now. Okay, I think let's call this expedition to an end. Ooh, nice. Forgotten hut. Some quote-unquote free XP. Has it gotten dark yet? It's dusk. Do we need to move? I don't think so. Not particularly. We just stay put and pick them off as they approach us. I'm going to stand right next to him. What I am going to have to do though is spread my lads out so that there's a gap between each of them. Yeah, I think well, at least maybe here. That though. Michael Stubbs needs to move up. Shot, Malice. That was a 66% shot. That's not bad. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Only one zombie can get in there, and I don't expect them to come around the southern flank. There'll still be a turn or two before they're actually hitting our front lines. I'm just ending turn with these lads. Yep. Hold, let them get closer. Try to get an unobstructed shot. I'm done, Logan. I can certainly feel the difference of having 2 crossbowmen as opposed to, well, 2 archers and 2 crossbowmen as opposed to the usual 4 archers that I would run. I still stand by the fact that archers overall, 4 archers is better than 2 archers and 2 crossbowmen in most combats. But there are going to be some combats, I think particularly like when we are doing the war, the late game Noble House War, where I'll be glad for the crossbowmen. or shooting against greenskins, the extra armor. But for the most part, crossbowmen are just a bit meh. It does make me consider the fact that maybe I can try somehow with my archers. I can justify taking Executioner. Especially if I take Executioner, so 20 damage against targets that have sustained an injury. I mean, almost everything getting hit with a crossbow is going to get injured. And then I can take Executioner either with Killing Frenzy or in place of Killing Frenzy. But I don't think I can take both. Well, Gothic Tunga is a bad example. These are 7, and we've got at 8, we'll take what at 8? Just bear in mind, I do need Battle Forged. Because I'm going to be going with Mail Horberg and Full Coif, as opposed to Nimble and Wear Nothing Else. So we take Battle Forged at 8. Let's just think about this. So Battle Forged at 8, Executioner at 9, Killing Frenzy at 10, and then that leaves me with 2 more skills. I'm going to have to take Recover and maybe Brawny. That means I don't get to take Fearsome though. But I think if we're going to be going for Executioner and Killing Frenzy and shooting with a warbow, we're going to be doing so much bloody damage anyway. Let's try it. I mean, typically I'd go for Fearsome. That sort of leveling up strategy will be less effective in those first few rounds when you're hitting armored targets. But I feel like once your Executioner and Killing Frenzy starts to stack, it's going to be a ridiculous amount of damage. It seems to be the old debate between something that is incredibly powerful less often, as opposed to something that is slightly less powerful but a lot more often. And what do you prefer? Hold the line, men. They're going to hit us this turn. Still 18 of the fucks left. Good lord. As you can tell, that's my main concern here. I think actually I can now move JP Source to cover that little entrance, and then Padden can help with this northern side. Shooting Logan. I'm not too phased about any of the armor here. Let's just get the XP and get out of here. And then, by all things holy, by Davkul's name, we are heading south. And we are going to that ruin that we discovered, like, 2 months ago. And that I still haven't cleared out. Great stabbing. Well done, Padden. Oh. Forgot about that. What about you guys? But as far as I'm concerned, there's something almost therapeutic about just slaughtering zombies. Yeah, Padden. Look at that. That used barely any fatigue. 6 fatigue. Wow. I thought it was 7 per stab. That's 18 fatigue, and he recovers 15 normally. So he's damn near fatigue neutral. That's awesome. I could have sworn that's a recent buff. It used to be 7 fatigue per dagger stab. Nice. That's a great buff for dagger users. Damn it. Well, that's not ideal. Good job, Honor. It's odd how the unarmored ones have hit our lines first. Normally the unarmored ones are in the front of the formation and hit your lines first. No chance. You won't get past Pattern Fane's Eater Shield. Why is that so entertaining? Stabbing 3 times with the dagger. Shooting Logan. Good job, mate. Oh, that noble sword. The damage. It's a maze. Underwhelming damage from the pick. I suppose you don't use the pick for its damage, you use it for its armor damage. Still, we're making progress. Before you know it, we'll have big two-handed weapons and we'll be kicking ass and taking names the War Pig's way. I like the idea of Pattern Fane just like stabbing left and right. Unpredictably. Disgusting creatures. 87 miss. Owie! Zombie nibble. What are these hits? That's twice now he's been hit. 20-odd% hit. Unlucky. Great shooting, Damien. Yeah, he needs iron lungs, that's for sure. Nice. Stab into recover. Right, we're almost done here. Great zombie smashing, boys. Big fan of your work. Love it. One more little cheeky zombie out there somewhere. was just pressing F in turn to rest everybody, and for a second I thought I was playing Mech Warrior and pressing Fortify just to scrub off heat. Come at me, zombie nerd. There you go. Oh, got the out of arrows. That's one other thing to consider when you're using 4 archers, is you go through ammunition at a rate of knots. They're not worth it in terms of the money, but a bit of XPs. Which is super important for my crossbowmen in my backline, guys. To make all the difference. I think Logan is certainly someone who I'll leave at level 6. And then he'll just sit in reserve. What can I do to make him less crap right now? Boss adaptation? Maybe. I think, yeah, gifted. Because I want him to race to level 6. Where he can make us a masterwork bow. Malice. So my crossbowmen are certainly not going to be taking fast adaptation, being that they only shoot once a turn typically. Bullseye doesn't make too much sense either, because they're not going to be shooting at archers behind the enemy front line that often. They don't have the range. Executioner? Maybe. Seems a tad situational. Crippling strikes is an interesting argument to make on your crossbowmen. Although, how many enemies that you're going to be shooting at when you have the extra damage ignores armor? So, 50% ignores armor. It'll be 70% of 50 to 70 on a tier 3 crossbow. So yeah, you're going to be inflicting wounds a hell of a lot with that. Fortified Mind, Holdout. I think I could pick up Steel Brow. Quick Hands is a decent... Maybe just gift it, just to buff the stats a bit more. Again, I'm going to be replacing him anyway, so... Give me these max rolls. Yeah. Mark this guy. Replacement. And got the Tunga. We still need to keep fishing for hunters. Oh no, the pikeman, level 7. 67 at 7. It's okay. Not great. Berserk. Go Berserk. Episource. Sword Raider. Good defense. Fatigue could be better, but I'm not going to turn down +4 on Resolve. Get it up to 50 as soon as we can. I mean, technically, actually, it's got to be Underdog, because eventually we're going to have the gap between the Hammer Raiders and the Sword Raiders. Just a question of when I get it. It's going to be a while until I have my Hammer Raiders off on the flanks by themselves. I think we take Footwork instead. Probably Footwork, Battleforged, Berserk, Underdog, then Quick Hands, Bags and Belts, Recover, and maybe another damage skill. I don't rightly know what's going to be the most helpful right now. I do love me a bit of Footwork though. Bit of a sedate episode, this one, but we did a lot of exploring. I mean, we've explored all of this side of the map, and I'm pretty damn confident that we can find 2 more of the smaller orc bases around here. I don't think I want to go ranging that far again. What I really want to do is pick up a falcon so that I can check out ruins. And then, oh, that's good. I'll take that. I don't see myself being able to use Berserk Chain on anybody. The only guy we had who had Iron Lungs, Dalmar. If anyone could be an Orc Chain flail user, it's going to be him. But I think we've basically decided that I need him to be a shield breaker, so that my Dagger Masters can go to work. And I've had a Dagger, an Orc Chain user before, and they're very entertaining, but honestly they're a little underwhelming. A lot of times, ooh, that's cheap, I gotta take that. 1750 is too much though, full price for a bullhook. 1250, I'll take that. Shockingly good deals up here. 250, we'll take that. And 57. By honor, you're the proud owner of a bullhook. How much armor damage? 90 to 135 compared to 60 to 80. Yeah, there's just no comparison. When it comes to heavy armor, that's what the pikeman's all about. You're promoted to Bullman, honor. Congratulations, my man. May you do well against orcs. Cheeky footwork away, smash their armor. You could even make an argument for giving him adrenaline, because he's just going to be using strike. He's almost never going to use hook. He's going to use strike. So imagine you're fighting against orc warriors, right? You hit the front line, you attack, use adrenaline, you get to attack again. 2 hits in a row on an orc warrior is going to be 180 to 260 armor damage. That's almost, I mean, they have 300 armor. You have to factor in Battle Forged, but I would imagine 2 hits with strike would probably get them down to like 1/3 of their armor. Okay, of you 3 lads up front. I mean, it's really only Padden who has the fatigue to use this Orberg, but yeah, disappointing. How and when am I going to get levels on Durin? Going into a Goblin late game crisis, it's not going to be easy. Who's missing the dagger? Ah yes, Dolrin. Yes or no, do we buy the bullhook? I don't think we do. It's almost all of our money. And our other quote-unquote bullman, pikeman isn't great. Like 500 gold for a militiaman is tempting, because that is range. He gets +5 range and +5 melee skill. See, that would have. I should have bought Balder instead. Because I mean, you're basically getting your militiaman here for 100 gold. The 1700 of that is the cost of the pike. The disowned noble carrying, let's call it 1500 gold worth of armor. But we've blown all our money, unfortunately. Got for us a horde terrorizing. Pay us more. Easy. Out of curiosity, 1500 is okay. 620, I'll take that. Give me that sweet, sweet roundel. Is it rondel or roundel? I think it's a rondel. Rondel dagger. At a certain point I need to give bags and belts and quick hands on my crossbowmen, and then buy fishing nets. Give them that extra bit of usefulness. How long are you out for? Still 3 to 6 days. I don't think there's a temple up north here anywhere. Someday, chaps, someday. Just browsing. Oh, Love to be able to use this stuff. Okay, how long have we been recording for? 40 minutes. Okay, let's call it there. Interesting little episode. Lots of exploring. We're not as strong as we thought against orcs. Another unfortunate death. Poor Lisco. Rip, my man. Thank you for your service. Cleaved by an orc berserker. More kills than battles. So, there's a lot. Well done, mate. With Davkul now. Fitz, Loderak, Mazuma, Lenicus, Alex Nestrov, and Paulisco. Disappointing. Okay, chaps, thanks for watching. See you next time.